Hi everyone, I'm Amanda and I run the blog Major and Fangirl, where I review different television shows once a week. This week I decided to return back to Sleepy Hollow, and I reviewed Season 3, Episode 4, and it's called The Sisters Melts. This episode was this was very emotional for me just because so many things happened in this episode that I could really relate to. It really resonated with me. But before I get into that, the general premise of this episode is that there's this monster, and I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce the name of it because it's hard to pronounce, at least for me. But this monster is preying on children, not adults, but children, and kids that lose a tooth. And so, if they lose a tooth, that means they're wounded, and for some reason it attracts this monster, and then the monster comes to the kids at night and then just sucks their life force, and then in 48 hours, if nothing happens, the kids end up dead. So that's really hard. It's really horrible, and yeah, it's always the episodes with children that really get to me, and so this episode really did get to me. It was a really interesting episode. I admit that I was kind of just watching it going, oh, okay, hurry up, because I want to get to the crossover episode, but I have to watch this episode. But it was pretty interesting, despite the fact it was kids, and they had the monster was his weakness, or was it a she? This monster's weird. You couldn't tell if it was a guy or if it was a girl, and it was it looked like a human, so it's a humanoid figure, but it's bent backwards and its head's all twisted, and it has this weird mouth thing, and it's really creepy. It's kind of like a cross between that witch thing that you see early on in, I want to say early on in season 2 or late season 1, and then the police officer that was also in the new Star Trek movies. I can't remember the actor's name, but it's like a cross between those two, the whole head thing. And anyway, I said earlier that this episode really resonated with me, and it did because it did on a personal level, because like I said, a lot of things happened that I can relate to. A lot of things happened to if there were the kids, it was always the younger one out instead of the older one. So it was the younger sister that was in this monster-induced coma rather than the older sister. And I'm the older sister out of my sisters, and so I really understood what Jenny and I can't remember what the older girl's name was, but I could really resonate with their sense of, I'm the big sister. I'm supposed to protect these girls. I'm supposed to protect my sister. It's my job. I failed. I can really understand that sentiment, because whenever something happens with my younger siblings, I feel like I have to do something. It's my fault. I should protect them because I'm the big sister. So this episode really struck a chord. It struck my protectiveness, my older sister, big sister, characteristics, my big sister instincts. They just really came out, and Jenny gave this speech that it's just the bond between two sisters, and it really made me sit back and contemplate my relationship with my own sister, and that's not something that I've done in a long time. And so it was a very, for lack of a better word, very convicting episode. And then Jenny and Abby both found their dad. And if you're watching this and you haven't seen any of the previous episodes, Jenny and Abby's dad left them when they were younger. Jenny, she's the older one, and so Jenny was 3 years old, and the dad left when she was 3. So I don't remember how old Abby was when their dad left, but they were just at the end of the episode. They're apologizing for for the things that they said. They got into this fight over whether or not they should actually talk to their dad or not, because they both found their dad. Jenny found the dad 5 years ago, and Abby just found the dad 2 months ago. And so Jenny's very animate against talking with the dad, but Abby has this drive. She wants to speak with her dad, but then yet she doesn't want to ruin the life that he has. But what Abby has this, again, with the speeches, these girls, the Mills sisters, are really, really good with the convicting speeches this episode. They give a speech. She gives a little monologue where she's talking about how even though like her dad left her and is basically like a deadbeat dad, she still wants to see him. She still wants to talk to him, just to see him. And it's like, it, from an outsider's perspective, that sort of thinking doesn't make sense. But as being someone who has gone through a very similar situation to Abby and Jenny, I completely understand where she's coming from. I understand this drive to see your deadbeat parent. Like, when you know that the parent's there and you can talk to that parent, that just incessant need just to go see them. It's that parent-child bond, and you just want to reestablish that. And it's just, it just brought back just moments when, like the moment when I had that exact same situation. And I have, like I said, I'm the older sister. I have younger siblings that are who have gone through that just recently. They've gone through that. Okay, I want to see this parent. I need to see this parent. And then I become Jenny, where I'm like, no, you don't want to see this parent. No, you don't want to talk to them, because I know now how that parent is. And so this episode, I could really relate with Abby and Jenny. It was very, very relatable, very, very emotional episode. If the camera wasn't so fuzzy, you can kind of see eyes are kind of watering a bit. It's a very emotional episode for me. And one thing I'm very, very glad about is that the writers decided that they were going to have like this funny little scene where Ichabod, throughout the whole episode, he's been saying that how he does not want to go to the dentist. He had a bad experience because apparently Paul Revere is a dentist, which, okay, I will suspend disbelief for the sake of enjoying the show. And Paul Revere is a dentist, and he performed dentistry, as Ichabod calls it, on Ichabod, and it was a very bad experience for him. And so he's been animate about not going to the dentist, but somehow Abby persuaded him to go to the dentist, and he had to go under, so I'm assuming maybe he got his wisdom teeth removed, and so he came back. So when, like, you just saw him, like, waking up from a dream, and he was, like, on, like, the laughing gas or something, and it was just the funniest thing ever. Like, you saw his text messages, and he had this little bitmoji, and he just started going, oh my god, he was so adorable, and it was just the funniest thing. It was and whenever you go to the dentist, you get like this little like packet, and there's like toothbrush and floss and toothpaste, and when Ichabod saw it, he just was like, oh, a gift, oh, thank you. And it was just the funniest thing. I was dying. It was a much needed comedic relief after this very resonating episode. So now with Pandora, we learn more about Pandora in this episode. We learn that she's not from the Greek mythology. We learn that she's not from Greek mythology as previously believed. There's things that she says that lead Ichabod to believe that Pandora is actually from Sumeria, which I didn't know Pandora was used in different cultures. I just associated her with Greek mythology, but I can see it, especially with the tablet that was mentioned in the season premiere. I can see it, and again, I will suspend disbelief, and I'm just going to accept what they're saying, and accept with Jack the Ripper. I'm still not letting that episode go. Nope. I'm not gonna forgive them for what they did to Jack the Ripper. Beside the point, I will suspend disbelief and just accept the fact that she's Sumerian, from Sumerian, from Sumeria. she's, yeah. It's very, again, I'm very much into like Greek mythology, so this is kind of weird for me, but it's okay. And I'm excited for like the finishing up to the fall finale, because especially since she's not from Greek mythology, so I'm very curious to see what path they're gonna take Pandora on, because I thought, oh, okay, maybe I can predict this because I've read a lot of Greek mythology and blah 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 blah, but no, now they completely threw me for a loop, so I'm kind of stuck in this. I have no idea what's going on. I feel like I'm grasping at straws instead of, oh no, it's probably this. So I'm excited. I'm curious. I'm curiouser and curiouser. And so, I'm going to try, because Thanksgiving is coming up. So by the way, if I don't put a video up before Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving, you guys. And when you're traveling home, be safe and have a lot of fun. Enjoy your family, enjoy friends, just have a nice vacation if you guys are like off school and stuff. So now, because it is Thanksgiving and we're gonna have a bunch of time to just chill and relax with family, I'm gonna try to catch up on these TV shows. And so I will try to get, especially the crossover episode, I'm gonna try to review that one, and then the fall finale, and then I'm going to try to watch Once Upon a Time and catch up on Once Upon a Time, because that one as well is definitely going to be a crazy episode, crazy set of episodes, just from things that I've had to block on Facebook and things that I've had, conversations that I've overheard, and I've had to go, no, don't tell me. And this is kind of off tangent, but again, I'm a bit disappointed that they're going off of Greek mythology with Pandora, because I like the fact that both Sleepy Hollow and Once Upon a Time, two shows that I watch, I'm so dedicated in watching them. Both of them are going on a Greek mythology path, and so I'm kind of sad that Sleepy Hollow broke that pattern, and so, oh well. But anyway, so again, happy Thanksgiving, and I will try to at least review the crossover episodes. That will be 2 episodes, so maybe 2 videos? I don't know. Maybe a little Thanksgiving treat for you guys. Okay, well, happy Thanksgiving.